own and other outfielder Clint Frazier was one of the biggest acquisitions the Yankees made last year during their flurry of activity at the trade deadline. Entering 2017, Baseball America has Frazier ranked as the Yankees' #2 prospect behind only Gleyber Torres. And fans who follow the minors are excited to see what he's going to do in his first full season as part of the Yankees organization. Yes, we'll profile Frazier on an upcoming edition of Yankees Access. And right now, we want to bring you an excerpt from that show with Jack talking to him during one of his workouts as Jack made the trip down to Georgia.
Clint, you're weeks and weeks away from a baseball game, but yet we saw you during this workout as if you were probably playing a 9-inning game. What's motivating you throughout this workout?
Automatically playing in the big leagues. My goal is to, outwork the guys around me and, ultimately achieve one goal with the team that I'm trying to make. And, Bill's here helping me physically and mentally right now. He's pushing me when I'm struggling to get through things, and it's very tough on my body and my mind to push myself through it. So, the adversity that I'll go through this season is something that this workout might be preparing me for.
I was at the winter meetings recently, and Yankees baseball operations people described you as an athletic freak, which I'm sure would make you smile that that's the way that they see you. Where does that part of your personality come from?
I think my whole life I've kind of had a chip on my shoulder when I'm out in the field or I'm in the gym. I'm not blessed with a 6'3", 220-pound body. I'm 5'10", 215, so I have to work for everything. And, at a young age, I got in the gym, and I really started to see results, which carried over into my game and allowed me to do a lot of things that, most guys can't. So as far as pushing myself as hard as I can, I need Bill here to help me continue to go along this hard workout. So, overall, we're doing a lot of good things right now. I'm really excited to go into the season and see how this carries over into my game.
You mentioned the mental side of the game. Where do you see yourself in that world of mental strength, and is that something you can get better at?
Yeah, I think everything is available to get better at. I think you have to go through things to help you get better at it, and last year was a good adjustment for me. I struggled in AAA and really scuffled there, so the mental aspect is something that I probably struggled the most with because it was my first time struggling like that. But overall, I think that for my age, I'm pretty well off in the mental game. I'm my biggest fan. I motivate myself in my head. I talk a lot. I do a lot of things to make sure that I can speak things into existence. I try to tell myself that I'm going to be the best player, and that's a goal of mine. And as far as, the mental game goes, I think I'm the best when I step on that field, and I try to show it.
So you've referenced Bill a couple of times. Now this guy just put you through a 1-hour workout where you burned over 1,100 calories, yet you're still talking to him. You're still friends.
Yeah, the way I've described it to my friends is, in the present moment, I hate Bill. But in the end, you appreciate what he put you through. He's pushing me to a limit that I wouldn't probably go to on my own, and he's letting me experience a lot of things with this workout that I've never done before. So, I can't thank him enough for, ultimately helping me achieve one goal. When I achieve it, he achieves it. I'm going to make sure that whatever I do, I praise him for and make sure that it carries over into my game.
Well, Clint Frazier acquired mid-season last year. You see what he did in the Indians organization and then at AAA, batting .230, 3 homers, 7 runs batted in. Was finding a way to get settled in. I'm assuming that day you spent with him, especially at the gym, everybody knows Jack's a runner, that you were glad your exercise that day was asking questions, right?
Bob, what did I say? He burned 1,100 calories? I was walking around saying to him, I think I burned about 11 calories watching you, but he's an intense competitor, and the one thing that I would latch onto that he said is he talked about how he plays with a chip on his shoulder. He's been that way since high school because when he started to get some attention, one of the knocks on him was, well, he's a little guy, he's not 6'4", 220, as he said, and he's used that as motivation and continues to use it as motivation. But yes, you're right. I was tired just watching this guy work out.
He used phrases like outwork the guy next to him, I have to think I'm the best on the field. Yankees fans want to know, how does that translate to him potentially being part of it in 2017.
I think, Bob, when you look realistically at a timeline for Clint Frazier, we just showed the numbers at AAA last year. A little bit more than 100 at-bats, hit about 230. He admitted himself that he was trying to do too much, maybe lost some focus. Before the Yankees are going to elevate him to the major league level, he's going to have to conquer AAA. And to me, that probably means a full season at AAA, go down there, show that you can conquer that level, and then get your chance at the next level. Now, players can change that timeline. He could go down to AAA and hit 350, and the Yankees could say, hey, we need this guy up here now. But I think 2018 is a more likely landing point for him in the Bronx.